What a cold morning it was, huh?
It is. It's just been this whole week. Feeling like fall.
Feeling like fall. And I tell you what, though, with fall right around us, right around the corner here and going on now, we're actually expected to see very pleasant conditions for being in fall as we get into the end of this weekend, especially rolling into the weekend. Here's actually a look at the time lapse. This is a really good shot, actually, of a lot of the fog that was forming over the river. And what we did see and why we did notice that fog early this morning from our Galt House camera along the river is because the air temperature was a lot colder than the actual waters of the river. So when we did get that fog formation, it made for a very just kind of gloomy, eerie look to the sky early on this morning. And also, too, if you can kind of see it in the along this Galt House camera, the view looking to the east along the river itself, we did have some areas of river smoke. Usually it's called sea smoke, and how that happens is that cold air and the wind kind of batters over the river or the ocean, if you will. But of course, it's not an ocean, it's just a river. So it's not a sea smoke, we're calling it river smoke. So that difference between the air, the cold air, and the body of water that's warmer, of course, that's where the focus is for some of that river smoke to be going on, some of that condensation. Now, this morning, very low temperatures, very cold temperatures, once again for being in mid-October, but a few of us did fall into the freezing mark. Here in Louisville, 39 was the low temperature, 37 in LaGrange, in Brandenburg at 27 early on this morning, French Lick just below 40 degrees. And as we get the afternoon rolling, temperatures have been making their way into the middle to upper 50s at a couple of spots once again along Interstate 65 from Sellersburg to downtown Louisville, right smack dab at 60. So later today, I do have us slated to be hitting 64 in Metro Louisville for the high temperature, but I also do want to mention that we're comparing ourselves to a lot of our friends to the east. They're a little bit cooler at this hour. Pittsburgh and Charleston in the low to middle 50s. In fact, Charleston this morning was easily in the lower 30s. So we are getting kind of a cold punch of air from the north, but we're not the only ones dealing with this cooler air. But the temperatures are taking another step in the right direction, back to around normal. We should be at 70, and today once again middle 60s. Now in the days to come, though, especially tomorrow and heading into the day on Saturday, we're actually going to be striking the upper 60s, probably hitting about 69 degrees or so tomorrow and entering the 70s as we get into the weekend. Here's your satellite and radar regionally, though. Of course, we're still steering clear of any kind of rainfall chances, and still on a rainfall tracker, there are no chances for rainfall in the next couple of days. We're going to have to wait till about Tuesday to see our next chance of a spotty shower during the course of the afternoon. But again, high pressure continuing to roll through, dominate our weather forecast, and that's going to be bringing in a surge of sunshine each and every afternoon to end this week and head right on into the weekend. So again, no weather impact alert days posted, and we'll let you know if we are going to be extending one into Tuesday. But for now, we're veering clear of any kind of significant rain chances. Temperatures making their way into the middle to upper 70s through the weekend and into much of early to middle next week, Brooke.
All right.